Right, Ben's Freelander 2, we replaced the rear central door locking motor on it, and Ben's saying it started to do some weird things. It all locks fine, it all unlocks fine, but it started to do chirping. It thinks it's a bird or something, and it started to do chirping in weird things. So I'm just going to go a video on locking and unlocking the Freelander 2. There are some usable configurable settings. We will go through those on the menu. You can set it to 1 stage or 2 stage. Now bear in mind, this is Ben's Flash late model Freelander 2, so this is the facelifted model, so you can't do this. We went and tried to do this on our early one, but there's very little user configurable settings on the early one. Right, so let's just have a look what it's doing and maybe what it should do. So it's locked at the moment. We have power fold mirrors, so they're folded in. Now we are going to press the unlock button, and here we go, unlock. And we've got one flash here of the, so we've got some DRL action going on. We had one flash of the indicators, the mirrors come out. Now, we've got this set to single action unlocking, so it unlocks all the doors, okay? Now, we will show you how to change it, so when you press unlock, it only opens the driver's door, and you have to do a second press. So, and there's a reason for that. It was all to do with kidnapping and stuff. It was all a craze at one time. Right, so let's lock it again. And let's listen to the chirping. Right, so when we lock it, one flash of the indicators, power fold in, no chirp. When we unlock it, we get this double bip bip, and it seems to indicate something's wrong. It shouldn't do the double bip bip. So we are going to read the faults with the IID reader, but let's jump in quickly and have a look at the settings that you can configure yourself. Right, so here we are, we're sat in the car now, and it's all controlled on this right hand. So if you've got the later model, you'll have this round. If you've just got 3 square buttons, you won't be able to do this because you'll have the early model. So as we press the OK here, we'll bring up the menu up on the dashboard there, and then we can navigate by pressing the up and down buttons, and we can go to, let me zoom in a little bit, we can go to vehicle setup, press the OK button, and it will give us a series of options. Now we can scroll down to the 2-stage unlocking. So this is where, when you press unlock first time, it only unlocks the driver's door. So if I press OK there, you can see now I've got the tick, and I've now selected that. Now the weird thing is that I can select audible lock warning. Now this should give a beep when you lock the car, so let's have that. Right, there is one other thing you can do, this easy entry exit, but that's to do with the seat. So when you turn off your ignition after driving the car and open the door, it lowers the seat, so it's easier to get in and out. And then when you're back in the car, the seat's low, but when you turn the ignition on and the door's closed, it raises it up again. So that's the other option you've got in there. If I go on to there is another page here, but that's, you've got the drive away locking, which is you can set the speed. If you go in here, you can set the speed at which all the doors lock automatically, which is a handy feature. There we go, and you can turn that off. And then if you ever want to get out of this menu at any time, if you just press and hold the left button, it will take you back to there. So we have now set the audible lock warning and the 2-stage locking. So let's just jump out and see whether that's worked. Right, so we have set those settings. We've come out the car, it is locked. You can see it's locked, the mirrors are folded in. I'm going to press the unlock button once. We get the double flash, the mirrors come out. For some reason they're still beeping on unlock, which I don't think it should be doing. And you can see the rear door is locked. Press it again a second time. Okay, and that is now unlocked. Right, now let's try doing a few other, something weird's going on with this car because it's not giving me the audible lock. Listen again. I'm not getting the audible lock warning. So that little tick I've done has made no difference to its chirping. So that's what we're investigating today. But I'm also trying to explain to you at the same time how the locking and unlocking works. Right, let's have a look what happens. The biggest problem we get with locking is if one of your doors, and it's normally actually the bonnet, if the bonnet is not closed properly. So let's have a door not closed properly, and let's try and lock. let's try and lock the car. Now this is where the double bip normally indicates an error. You'll notice we've got no mirrors folding in, no flashing. It's just not happy with the locking. Close the door. It's happy now. So normally the double bip is a sort of it complaining. Unfortunately on this car it doesn't give you any error messages on the dash. On our Range Rover Sport I'm pretty sure that you get an error message on the dash. So if I just try and unlock it now, so if I try and lock it, it doesn't give me any message. But when we're driving along on this car there's no messages that anything's open, and it lets us lock it. So I'm a bit confused. I don't think there's anything wrong with any of the sensors. I've checked, everything's locked. So let's get the IID tool out and see if we can analyse what's going on here. Right, so here we go. We've plugged the IID tool in the ODB2 port. I'll show it to you at the end. Right then, and then we can search for the tool. So if your friend's got an IID tool, you can this fault reading it will do on any car. It's only the modification that's linked to one car. Right then. So let's have a look if we can have a look at the faults on this car. The faults will be red. How's that screen? Have you got that screen without too much reflection, Tyler?
Yeah, it's not too bad.
It's reading, it's scanning the module. Oh, we might need the ignition on. Let me see. There you go. That might help. Right, so it's got body control module, which is where we would expect to see it. It's got some faults on here. It's got interior motion sensor component failure. So it could be the motion sensor failure that's giving Ben the problem. So we'll look into this. Or the bus signal message is missing a message. Component failure would seem to be, these two would seem. Front left turn signal, general electrical failure, short circuit to battery. Front left turn signal, interestingly. Left high beam. I think what we'll do, because we're not sure which of these are historic, I am going to clear all the faults. So I'm going to go, see if we can go back here. Right, and let's just clear all, and then let's re-scan it, because sometimes you get glitchy faults that just occur, and this fault is repeatable every time. Right, okay, so it's got one fault. So yeah, so it's got a problem with this interior motion sensor. So we'll go away and do some more investigation on the internet and see if we can find out what is this. Maybe we could even steal the one out of our other one and see if we can fix the car for Ben. There we go, so that's where we're up to so far. Right, this I'm led to believe, looking at the system, is the detection system. Now you can see it's got these four little, and it uses ultrasound. It sits up there, so it's obviously covering the four doors. So they're pretty tricky. They're £148 new, but there's plenty around for sale second hand on eBay. So Tyler's just ripped this out of my other car, so we're going to try it in. Is it slightly the wrong colour? Yep, slightly the wrong colour, but we'll try it for Ben. Let's have a look. Right, so it's got these two clips here, so we reckon just a fierce pull down. Oh my! Oh, it is fierce. Right then, and there's a little.
Yeah.
There's a little pressy bit I've got to press there.
Yeah, he's quite tricky in the other one.
Yeah.
There's like a rib running across the top that you've got to press down quite hard. And it releases two little prongs.
We'll have a look when we get it out. What have we got coming down there?
It's a tree, it looks
It's
like.
a tree, what has he been doing? There you go, yeah, I got it, yeah. So there's, it catches on there. Oh, so it's a funny little design. Can you see there, Tyler? It's got like a whole hollow section.
Yeah. And
you have to sort of press it to dent it. It must ride over those two little clips there. Right, so let's have a look. Luckily we know which one's which. I'd have mixed them up if they hadn't been different colours. Right, so let's plug that in. He says, go on. There you go. Nice click. And then you got to get it the right way around. Yeah, you can't get it. That's clever, isn't it? Because they've got one sideways and one that way, Tyler. That's good design, that is.
So they always know which way the drive.
Old Sandy Monroe will be proud of that, wouldn't he? Right, and oh, there you go. Yeah. I'm there.
Flying blind.
Oh. Right, we're going for it. Right, so we've got the IID tool in. So, and here we go. Search for tool. Let's gather in the tool. Let's go in faults. Faults will be red. So should we, body control module's got 2 faults, probably because I've done it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to clear all, and then we'll read it again. Because unplugging it and that is not going to. Right, 1 fault. Interior motion sensor component failure was triggered. So it's still not happy with that other one. Let's just clear again. Interior motion sensor. That is the interior motion sensor, isn't it? Unless there's a problem with the wiring. It's not always the component, because this component, because the one we took off, look, he has got tree in there. Look, what's going on? What's he been doing? How has he got a tree on the inside of his interior? Has he got mice in there? It's got little. Trying to disassemble it here. Oh, it looks like it's got a little screw there. Look at that. What's he been doing up there? So there's some failure there. We'll try again. We'll replug it again, and we'll see how we get on. We'll come back. Right, we just come in the workshop, and we've sort of just had a look at this, but I don't know what's that. All that has come out of the overhead console, so we'll give this a clean. I'm a bit worried that something's jamming it, but we'll give that. Look at that, it's fully refurbished, that is now, Tyler. That is a. Interestingly, it's got a little module here. What was I saying there? Cobra. It's got, so that must. They make alarms, yeah. So it looks like that little module there is perhaps the. I wonder if it's coded or something. I can't see it is. For that module there. Right. Let's see what. Either that or he's got some mice in there that have eaten through his wires. But the car locks and unlocks. It just chirps, which is just a bit bizarre. Right. Let's try that again. Interesting point actually by doing. If you do need to replace this, you're not really because it's so easy to unscrew. So those 2 screws just go in. Well, I'll put it back together. We could have swapped the plastic over, so you don't need to worry what colour one you buy second hand, because you can reuse your plastic, assuming your plastic's not broken, which is unlikely. Now let me just have a look if there's a way round this goes. Have they got a clever system? Oh yeah, these are offset here, it looks like. So it looks like I am going to have to make sure I get it. If I get it that way round, those don't line up. If I get it that way round, yeah, these rib bits then seem to line up with those. So make sure you get it the right way around. And then that's it, it clicks in there. Yeah, I'm a bit worried about his wiring to his. That's the trouble when you've got those flash panoramic sunroofs, isn't it?
Everything gets in.
Yeah. How does it get in there though? How has he got that much? What have we got in there, Tyler? We've got pine needles and what's your wildlife? What's your leaf analysis like, Tyler?
It's come off a tree.
It's come off a tree. Right, we'll get this screw put back in. It's fighting me, and then we'll join you back in the car. Right, so we've done that. We've cleaned it. We've put the original back in. We've put my one off my car back in. We've locked and unlocked the car a couple of times. We thought maybe we have to cycle the alarm system, activate it, deactivate it, and it's still fault reading with a fault. So I'm going to leave my module in Ben's car and see if that makes it any happier. Maybe we'll see you drive it. If not, I'm going to have to get the wiring diagrams out and have a look. Maybe it's the wiring or a fuse or some power supply to this module has gone funny. If anyone else has had this problem, knows what the solution is, please let us know, share it with us. So there we go, a little introduction to locking, unlocking your facelift model Freelander 2. Well, there's me giving up. I don't give up often, do I, Tyler? I don't get. We walked away and I was despondent. My head was low, you could tell by my tone. And we locked the car and I thought, hold on a minute, let me just unlock it. There was no chirping. So I've just rescanned, I've cleared all the faults. and there's no faults. So I think we fixed it now. So where did we confuse ourselves? I think it's because I did an ignition cycle, because we had it on with the tool in, and then we turned it off and then did it. So I think, so although I tried the locking and unlocking, it looks like you may have to cycle the ignition a couple of times to get it to clear its fault. But let's go out now and see if that works, Tyler. So let's ignition off. Let's remove the IID tool. Oh yeah, I was going to show you the IID tool. So that's the IID tool. It's just a simple Bluetooth dongle that fits in the ODB2 port, and it comes, if you got the posh one, look, it comes in a little flash case. Like, right, let's try locking it, Tyler, and see if we're in. Ah, keys. We like keys. There we go. Right then, car. Lock. It's all right. Now it is set to audible warning. I'm still not sure why we're not getting the audible warning. Unlock. Without a chirp. The neighbours will not be distracted every morning when Ben comes to work. There we go. So if you have a problem with that weird double chirpity chirp thing, £20 on eBay for one of those overhead modules. Try that. You don't even need, I'm going to say it's probably the most likely cause. If it's failed on Ben's car, it's probably failed on someone else's. So definitely worth a go. There you go. Ben gets his car fixed for free. Right.